Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ed and today we're going to talk about my top 10 my top 10 best shows of 2018. But before we get into the list proper, we have to talk about two shows that almost made the list, but I could have changed it like the last 5 minutes. I didn't, but almost. The first show is the season 3 of The Magicians, which was excellent. I'm sorry. If you don't watch The Magician, you're wasting your time. You need to watch that show. It's good, and the third season was really, really, really good. Trust me, it was. Just go and watch it. The second show was Altered Carbon. I know it came out like earlier this last year, but it was it was good. It was great. It was talked about for most of the months that it came out, and then it just died down because it's sci-fi, it's interesting, it's great, it's about future technology and future and swapping bodies. So it's a really great show that needs to be watched so that it could get more seasons. Just go back and watch it on Netflix. So now on to the real list. At number 10, my notes are here, so if you watch me do that, because I'm looking at my notes. Anyway, number 10, we have Counterpart. Counterpart is a show on Stars Network, I think, with James Jonah Jameson, the guy from Whiplash. What's the name just? J.K. Simmons. Yes, I remember. J.K. Simmons plays two characters in two different universes that has to work together to solve mysteries and prevent murders and stuff like that. It's actually a great show, and it's only on my number 10 because sometimes it falls into the usual tropes of that kind of sci-fi shows. But it's great because J.K. Simmons, no matter what you give to J.K. Simmons, maybe except the Justice League parts, no matter what you give to him, the guy delivers every day. So to have a show like that about sci-fi parallel universe carried by someone like J.K. Simmons, it's worth a shot. So please go and watch so that we can have more seasons of it. At number 9, we have Ozark. It should be higher on my list, I know, but there have been a lot of good, excellent shows in 2018. Ozark was one of them. And if you're not watching Ozark, you're just missing a lot, because Jason Bateman is giving us one of the best performances ever given us. So please, it's on Netflix, please go and watch Ozark because it's one of the greatest shows of 2018. At number 8, we have a show that almost went by unnoticed until I saw it somewhere. Was it on Netflix? I think it was on Netflix. Imposters. Imposters is a show about, imposters, if that makes any sense. It's basically people that assume and different personalities so that they can steal money and all that kind of stuff. It can feel a little hard to get hooked on, but once you get past the first 2 episodes and then you get past the expositional parts, the show gets really, really good. And truly, for me, in 2018, there's been 6 shows that I've watched, 6 shows or 7 that are better than Imposter, but Imposter is just that great that you need to watch. I think the season 2 will be out this year, so yeah. At number 7, we have a show that I personally didn't believe would be anywhere near this list, and yet it dethroned a lot of shows. The Good Place. The Good Place is just, I was hesitant starting the Good Place because it's a comedy. It has Kristen, what's his name again? Yeah, Kristen something. Anyway, I couldn't believe that I missed on that show for so long because the show is really, really good. Like, when you get past the first, I guess, half of the first season, and then you get to I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to say the twist of the end of the first season, it just gets increasingly better and better. And I just love the show. I don't know what I'm going to say now. I just love the show. You should watch it. At number 6, we have one of the craziest show of this list. So crazy that I was surprised that it's actually a good show. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Man, that show was good. Like, I was literally just sinking my teeth in and I was just binging that thing one episode after the other. And it's basically for those who don't know, or what would you not know? For those who don't remember, maybe it's about a teenage witch, Sabrina. You know that show in the like 20 years ago, or maybe 30 years ago, more like 30s. But yeah, that show is basically like a revamp or a remake of based on the comic book, but it's basically about a teenage bitch. Sorry, about a teenage witch, and sometimes she's a bitch. Yes, and it's just good. It's about people worshiping Satan, and you know, I always love shows about magic and wizardry and witchcraft, and this was one of the best show of 2018. So yeah, let's hope for a better second season. At number five, we have, is it Haunting of Hill House or Hill of Haunting House? Anyway, whatever combination that is, that was one of the best show of 2018. And for a show to be somewhat better at horror than, actually didn't see American Horror Story this year. Eh, but better than American Horror Story or one of those horror shows that don't really work anymore. Haunting of Hill House of Haunting. Anyway, Haunting of Hill House was just chilling. It was, you know, I was watching it and I was like, man, this is better. And then I watched the next episode, like, man, this is better. Next episode, like, man, how are they doing this? This is just so great. And when you watch that show, there are some parts of that show, some episodes of that show that just get, you cannot look away because you're so into the show, but at the same time you cannot look away because you're afraid that whatever you're watching in that TV is going to appear behind you. So if you don't like horror, don't watch that show. It's just that good. At number 4, we have a show that was in 2018 or 2017. I have to check again, but it's on my list because I've watched it on 2018. In 2018, it's called Drama World. Drama World is about a girl that gets hit on the head somehow and then ends up in the Korean TV show world with the Korean TV show rules, and she gets to be a kind of lead in that story, in the story of some show that she used to watch like religiously. It's like, imagine your best TV show. I'm not going to say 24 or Haunting of Hill House, or your best TV show where you're sure not going to die. So imagine your best TV show and you get pulled into it and you get to be part of that story. It's a good concept that was perfectly execution, and it's just a blast to watch. So get onto it, watch that show. At number 3, we have one of the most underrated show in television history, Travelers Season 3. Travelers is one of the best shows that Netflix has produced and showed us in a while, and it gets increasingly good. Like from the first season that was just mind-blowing to the second season that was just perfect, and the third season that just wrapped it. Like, if you get into the first season, that ending, man, like, you get, not only do you get emotionally invested in the characters, but you just hope that somehow they get the happy ending. And in this case, happy ending means save Earth population from total annihilation. That's what we're waiting for. And number 2, we have You. You is a show from Lifetime. Yeah, that was, made popular when it came to Netflix thing at the end of or the beginning of this year. No matter how you want to look at it. And You is good. You is almost perfect. The only reason it's almost perfect is because it makes us root for a stalker, basically. And you don't want to root for the stalker, but the actor is good, the writing is good, the emotional investment is good. You just want the guy to get the girl. No matter how many spoilers, people he has to kill for it. No, You is good. I recommend the show to people. and the first 5 minutes they just text me back and say, man, this show is good. So don't, go and watch the show. You're just going to like it. I know it. You know it. Maybe not yet, but you're going to like it. So it's on Netflix. Also, it has that guy from Gossip Girl. Maybe that's why I liked it, but I don't think it's the only reason. And at number one, my favorite show of 2018, Killing Eve. That show is from episode 1 to episode 8. That show is perfect. I have nothing wrong or bad to say about the show. The show stars Sandra Oh and Jodie Comer, which are playing throughout the season a cat and mouse kind of game with spies and murder, and one is the detective that's trying to catch the murderer. Jodie Comer is the murderer. Sandra Oh is the detective, and it's just riveting to watch. Like, it's good acting, it's good writing, it's good location scouting. That show is perfect. I know I don't like to repeat myself. I'm going to say it. That show is perfect, and that's why it's the best show for me of 2018. You should watch it. I really hope you get to give those shows a chance because they are just that great, and they are bound to get greater with the time. So don't get left behind. Get on the train, get hyped, watch the show, and then come back and discuss it with me in the comments or on Twitter somewhere here. Magic. So that's it for me. You can like and subscribe and share and talk about it and share with your friend and your mother and your African friend and your European friend and the one that talks French that you don't understand.